Welcome back, Nero Di Verna channel. Here we still to talk about art tool, art stuff, and today in particular those brushes. So I've got these brushes a few days ago. I'm totally in love with these brushes because I think they're, sorry for the noise, I think they're really good. I didn't try yet before, so I didn't know. Actually, this is the first time I use those brushes, and I'm going to tell you what I think about. I'm not sponsored at all, so this is my totally honest pro and cons. Actually, there is no cons. I just get a lot of pros of these brushes. Those brushes are from Escoda, or what do you mean? I think in English would be Escoda, but I still Latin, so I think Escoda, because they are from Barcelona. The first thing, that those are completely, totally synthetic, and this is a massive pros, because I moved from natural bristles to synthetic bristle, because I take care about animal, and also I think the technology today is good enough to make some bristle in synthetic can imitate a real hair of animal. In particular, here I got two kinds of Escoda. One is gone, two is gone, no, it's still here. So I'll show you this before because it's bigger. It's called Escoda Ultimo, as you can see here, and those are Ultimo is the kind of Escoda brushes. So that means these bristles are squirrel image, and as you can see, they work exactly like squirrel brushes. For watercolor, of course, I think you got from the title of the video, but just to be sure, I'm talking about watercolor brushes here. So Escoda Ultimo, get the point back, synthetic squirrel bristles, and this one is Escoda Versatile. Those kind of brushes, so the versatile, so this one, and I don't know actually where is the other one, probably fell down. Anyway, joking? No, the versatile, those are, do you know what is the brushes? Magic. Well, back to be serious, this is Escoda Versatile imitation of Kolinsky bristles. I'm going to do a kind of deep review, and in particular I want to show you how I did this watercolor paint. I've just finished and I used just a couple of those brushes. I start to sketch the design with the fountain pen, so with waterproof ink, and then I did I started with wet on dry to do the face, and then I did wet on wet to do this little background, these clouds comes off from the eyes. So I already talked enough. I leave you to see a speed painting about that watercolor artwork, and so I just hope you will enjoy this video and this review. And I won't be honest, I suggest you to try those brushes because they're really good. I didn't feel too much difference from natural hair with those synthetic bristles. Just go to see how I paint that. Well, this is just a fast sketch, so don't worry, I will do another video and I will show you how actually I did the whole process about sketching with the fountain pen. And after this really fast video, I'm going to open the new brushes, because those brushes are actually new, and I will remove, as you can see here, the glue to make the bristle ready to paint. Well, as I told you before, I'm going to use synthetic Kolinsky imitation and synthetic squirrel imitation. So versatile would be Kolinsky imitation and the ultimo would be the squirrel imitation. I'm not going to use all the brushes I've got, but I will going to use maybe 3-4 brushes. So one bigger to make some wet on wet for the background at the end, and some Kolinsky on the face, because I like the bristle a little bit more stronger and pointed, so I can get more precision when I do something about shading and blending the skin tone in the paper. The paper is Arches 100% cotton paper, cold press, so medium rough. I'm starting with a really light layer of skin tone. I made the skin tone with a white gouache, because it is opaque and you can cover really good, and you can make a pastel color, so not bright as the skin tone is, and a kind of dark red, maroon red, something like that, like what's the name, Red Van Dyck and burnt umber. Of course the lips would be more reddish compared to the rest of the skin tone, and the shadow in the skin tone, so around the eyes and the cheek, would be a kind of burnt umber and sepia, just to make sepia mixed with the reddish, just to make the sepia a little bit warmer, and you can get a really dark but a little bit bright compared to the black, because I'm not going to use black at all. Some skin tone to make the 3D effect. So I'll just continue to do these things until I will get a good and blending, a good deep and a good three-dimensionality on the face, and I can get the volume and the value of the face. Then when the face and the portrait, the main subject, is done, I will clean my palette and make, because I'm completely remove the black. I don't want the black can contaminate the other colors, because I prefer to use some Payne's gray, anthracynone blue, some dark deep purple, some fuchsia, because those will be the colors for the background in a wet on wet technique. And also I start to use the dark blue to make the eyes a little bit darker and get more effect on the expression of the main subject. Then I will do around the eyes a wet on wet technique with a big mop brushes in squirrel imit, and then I just apply some color and leave the color work for me in the wet on wet technique. As usually is, I will start constantly to play and use the brush to remove the excess of ink, to make a good blending. Probably I will use a little bit of tissue. So my idea is go from light pink to the on one side to deep purple and turquoise of the other side, so I can get back the color of the eye between the darker part of the background. And the most beautiful thing about everything here is with those brushes I didn't find any difference with the natural hair. So those are synthetic Bristol, but as you can see here, I work exactly I do usually with the natural color. So this is the final result, and as you can see, I think hopefully you like it. Please let me know in the comment everything you think about this work, if you like, if you don't like, if you got a question. The only thing I really recommend you, if you can, to try those brushes, because they are really good product. See you next video, and thank you all to watch. Bye.